Hello, 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 John Mason. How is everybody? Hope you're all well and enjoying this beautiful weather we have in Philly. Juneteenth is coming upon us, June the 15th. That is the day that the enslaved people in Galveston, Texas, in June of 1865, a couple months after the formal ending of the United States Civil War, finally learned about their emancipation in January 1st, 1863. President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation, which proclaimed the end of slavery in Confederate-held districts. And of course, there was a celebration, a jubilee among free black people and former slaves all over the nation. But there are remote parts of the Confederate States, like the very rural parts of Texas, where slaves were not informed of their emancipation. See, slaveholders do that. Slaveholders and bosses and oppressors. If you have any rights, to make damn sure you don't know about them. And then Union forces entered Galveston Bay, Texas in June 19th, 1865, and informed them informed the enslaved people of the Emancipation Proclamation and the end of the war, and that they would be free people now and forevermore. And so Juneteenth is a commemoration of that time, where formerly enslaved people were finally informed of their freedom, their emancipation. And in Philadelphia and elsewhere in the country, we have celebrations all over to commemorate the slaves finally learning about their emancipation. Through cultural festivals and the arts and books and readings, kids are learning about them. And of course, adults too. And also, we have been mentioning, it's been the time to commemorate the Tulsa Race Massacre in early in June 1971. This took place at a district in Tulsa, Oklahoma, known as Greenwood. That's a very prosperous African-American business community, nicknamed the Black Wall Street. It was a thriving and prosperous business district occupied by African-Americans. And through one instance, one willful piece of ignorance, some disagreement, some misunderstanding, white people gathered weapons and declared war on this thriving business district. And businesses were burned down, and there were also aerial bombardments on this thriving African-American business district. It's an old story. Oppressed people can't be allowed to prosper. If they're financially independent, they'll be politically independent. And so this is another reminder for them of their inferior status. But we're not giving up. The education is out there through the African-American media, by such venues as the Philadelphia Tribune. I get that a lot. The Philadelphia Tribune, and other African American media. They're educating us. They're as much daily newspapers as history books. We must continue to educate ourselves on the dark, unseemly side of our history. Which brings us to current attempts to censor or remove from our historic memory banks any mention of race or racism or slavery in this country. According to the RAND Corporation, 18 states have passed policies or laws that restrict what teachers are allowed to teach as of 2023. The such laws labeled divisive concepts laws, talking about how discussions of race and race in our history are talked about all through the public school system from K to 12. And there's also these laws against prohibiting state, federal, and local agencies outlawing the teaching of the dreaded CRT, critical race theory. Critical race theory, which I said over 100 times already, thank you, is simply the theory that race and racism are embedded in every institution in our society, in politics, in academia, in the military, in the healthcare system, in the economy and banking, all through it, including apparently the public school system. And we're supposed to sit back and take it. These laws are out to censor any information, any news, any history of racism and slavery and Jim Crow and violence and terrorism against minorities throughout our history, because it upsets people. And these are the same people who are all fuck your feelings and they don't give a shit if you're upset or not. You little snowflake, you. So that's what we're up against. Liberating the mind leads to liberating everything else in your world. Once you understand that the greater history of your country and of yourself, and of your people, of your religion, whatever, you feel more powerful. That sure worked for me. And you feel the situation I'm in now, the bad situation, the oppressive situation, it just don't have to be like that. And it ain't gonna. So, it would certainly help, cats and kittens. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. You remember those things? I'm dating myself anyway. You get out there and vote. Vote all up and down the ticket. And preferably vote Democrat. Yes, I'm a Democratic committee person in my ward in South Philly. But it's important that the Republican Party be voted out. The Republican Party has sold its soul to the orange-haired, farting, snorting, hating blob that just got convicted on all 34 counts. You know who I'm talking about. And who are his supporters? Haters. People who hate on race. They use the cover of religion for their racism. The Christian nationalist crowd, the Congress thing, Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, is part of that company. Vote them all out. And vote in people who truly care about the people. And stay on them. If I had held a public office, I wouldn't want to be answerable to anybody but you, the American people, the people in my district. Make sure we hold them accountable. Make sure the teachings, that history, the real history is taught about Juneteenth and the Tulsa Race Massacre. And then we could be free people. Okay. Advertisements. All this work I do takes work. It is work. My blog and my YouTube channel and my podcast. Work. And I need to be paid for it so that I can continue this work and move it forward, move it to a higher level. So I ask you, my friends, to help me with this. Go to my website, johnomason.com, and click either the Buy Me a Coffee button or the PayPal button. And give whatever you can. Thank you. And also, my novel, Soldier of the Cross, is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who was a young man in the early 60s. Is a drunk and a horde chaser and a school bully. He gets in trouble in the army. He is discharged as a born-again Christian, a fanatical, manly man for Jesus who just wants to serve Jesus. But the way he goes about it lands him into disaster. Please look it up. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also, I'm pleased to announce that the 4th edition of my 2 poetry volumes, Mutterings and Out of the Box, are now available on Amazon.com. Please look them up. Thank you. And also my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your small business or professional career. Let you know what you're doing right, where you need work, and help you network with other up-and-coming professionals and small entrepreneurs. Please look her up. growwithsnow.com. And also, Hipperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Flour and gummies and candies and lip balm and hand sanitizer and dog treats. Yeah. Do please look her up. Look them up. HemperificLLC.com. Okay. Alrighty then. That's our work cut out for us. In the immortal words of Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. So let's get out there, cats and kittens, and free our minds. Thank you. Bye.